Hey there, and welcome to another Tea Break Coach. I want to talk to you today about the problem with telling people what to do. And I should say that I used to tell people what to do a lot, and probably still do actually, but I now understand the neuroscience of telling people what to do and why it's dangerous, and I want to share that with you today. So I've put another postcard up on the website, toprighthinking.com, and what this helps us to do is to look at the purple column, which is what happens when we tell people what to do, and also look at the teal column. What happens when we ask questions and get other people to come up with their own options for a problem or a situation? So the first problem with telling people what to do is that actually we think it's faster, but it sometimes can be slower. And let me explain why. If I told you what to do and just expected you then to get on with it, that's pretty fast for me. But think about the recipient, the person being told. First of all, they've got to translate what I've asked for out of Dulce language and into their own language. They've got to process it, translate it. They've then got to think about what they think about it and how they might do that thing. And that takes quite a lot of brain power. Have a think about whether that brain power that somebody's going to use on translation and working through how your idea could work, would they be better spending the same amount of brain power coming up with an idea for themselves and working through how they might achieve it? So just beware, it's not always faster to tell people what to do. The second problem is that it can accidentally trigger somebody's threat mechanism. So have a look at my videos on SCARF. If you Google SCARF and my name, you should be able to find me talking about SCARF. But we need to be really careful that we don't challenge somebody's sense of autonomy or their sense of certainty. If I tell you what to do, there's a chance that you feel that I've taken something away from you. That can trigger the threat response, and when our threat response is triggered, we're simply less clever. The third problem with telling people what to do is you decrease the sense of ownership that somebody has for the problem. If something goes wrong, they can blame you. They can say, well, it was their idea. But there's also something about maths here. If I've got a great idea and I tell somebody to do it and they're not wedded to it, let's say my idea is a 90% idea, it's a really brilliant one, but they're only 5% wedded to it. The maths isn't great when you multiply those two things together. Now just imagine what happens if somebody has a slightly less good idea, say it's a 50% idea, but they're 95% wedded to making it happen. If you do the maths, you can see that sometimes it's better letting other people take the lead because the thing will actually happen. The second 2 points are more about organisational culture. Firstly, when we tell people what to do and we're quite directive, we miss the opportunity to explore solutions and ideas with other people. And quite often, there's something quite magical happens. When I tell you what I think, you tell me what you think, we can often come up with an idea that's in the middle that's actually much more interesting. But also, it enables us to be social together. There's an element of we get to trust each other more because we've got to know each other better. And that opportunity is lost if we're always in tell mode. And finally, lots of leaders ask me to help them because they've got a culture that's very siloed and people are very wedded to the status quo. What I quite often find, though, there's lots of micromanagement and telling in those sorts of organisations because telling people what to do preserves the status quo and it helps the silos to stay in place. So today, have a think about, before you tell somebody what to do, are you doing that because you think it's quick and easy? Because actually you might be missing a whole host of benefits, not least that you help somebody to grow their own brain by them thinking through solutions and options for themselves. I hope you have a really good day.